you. I'm Teddy Wilson. Over the next hour, we're going to be grilling the 3 roommates of the Being Human house about tonight's episode and what we can expect from the rest of this awesome season.
Plus, we'll be diving into our internet mailbag to hear what you have to say out there, and in addition to taking some questions from the people here in our live studio audience.
Yeah, are you guys ready? Excited? Yeah. Are you ready and excited at home? I hope so, because the first character we're going to dive into is the blood-sucking vampire, Aiden.
I'm Aiden.
Hi.
This could help. Both of us. I don't drink live anymore. What do you want from me, Bishop? How could I possibly say no to that? Well, I'm going to enjoy this.
Wow, badass indeed. And here he is, the man behind the vampire. Please welcome Sam Whitler.
There you go. Nothing like having a live studio audience following the premiere of your new show. How does it
that's
feel?
really nice. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out in the cold, too. That's a big deal.
Yes, it's cold even here in Toronto. Now, you work blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of blood in this series. But you put your all into a show like this. You shoot a season, and then you get to see the first episode. How gratifying is it?
Well, that was the thing. When we first started seeing cuts of episodes, we were that was a big relief, because this show had maybe the most aggressive schedule of any show that I've ever worked on. So we were exhausted, and we were months into it, and finally they showed us some of the episodes, and it was just like you felt like, okay, cool, this is worth it, and this is the show that we all hoped that we were shooting, and it was tremendously gratifying. And we've seen up through episode 10, and I can tell you that it gets much better.
Cool.
Well, it's already off to a very good start. You mentioned that you worked on other shows. Obviously, we know you as Crashdown from Battlestar Galactica. Gamers know you as Star Killer and The Force Unleashed.
Doomsday in Smallville.
A lot of genre roles under your belt already. Tell us about Aiden. What's your take on this new character?
Oh, God, what's my take? He's a vampire. Did you know that? He's okay. The fun about this guy, I mean, you might think on the surface he's very similar to Davis Bloom from Smallville. There are some differences. Well, first of all, we can have a lot more fun with Aiden, and you're going to see that more as the season progresses. As he opens up more to the roommates, he actually gets to be a funnier character than we see in the opening episode. But really, the thought is, okay, he's like a 250-year-old vampire, right? So how do you play that? Because you can't really interview any vampires, and Brad Pitt wasn't available. So basically, you'd think that he would be this kind of stoic character, and obviously there's some of that in the portrayal on the episode. But the thing that I loved about him is that he's coming out of a drug haze, basically. He's spent formative years, 200 years, being this sociopathic maniac, and now he's like, okay, I can't do that anymore. But he doesn't have the tools to not do that. He doesn't know what that's about. He doesn't know how to really handle that, and so he's dealing with stuff. He's really off his game.
Well, in this episode, we see him very much dealing and failing a little bit as well. How do you prepare, though, to play a role like that with these analogies to addiction and everything?
Oh, God. Well, I developed a drug habit. Oh, yeah. And that was really cool.
Well, maybe we'll avoid that, and we'll bring out another character to talk to, because, of course, after Aiden and Josh agree to move in together, they find out that there's an unexpected resident already living in the house, a spicy little ghost by the name of Sally.
I'm Sally. Hi.
You're a ghost.
Sorry, I don't totally have a handle on this. Anyway, you two are gonna go all Twilight on each other or something? I would love to just open that door and magically walk back into the life that was ripped away from me.
The lovely lady behind that free spirit, Megan Rath. Woo! Hey, thank you for being here.
Hi
I was worried for a second that when you hug Sam, you might go right through him, but you're actually here.
Did we blow that take?
I'm going to have to do that again.
Well, tell us about being cast for the role of Sally, because I find her a very interesting character, because in a way, we hear in this episode that she can't, or at least she's hesitant about leaving the house, so she's kind of the anchor of the three, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, her physical limitations are tied to her emotions. So when we first meet her, she is trapped in the house and she's not sure why. But so she's, I guess, she is anchored to the house, and I guess it's sort of annoying for the guys trying to live this normal life and having this, I don't know, this person that's there constantly watching them.
Well, on the topic of casting, obviously you get this, a script, the premise is a ghost, a werewolf, a vampire living together. Any trepidations about jumping into this world of the supernatural, given how popular it is right now?
Not really. I mean, I hadn't heard of the show before, and when I read the scripts, I fell in love instantly with the characters and the story and this relationship that they have together. So it was exciting for me. And it's like, these are issues that everyone deals with, about hiding a piece of who you are from the world. And we just have this extra supernatural little catch to it, which makes things a little more, the stakes are higher for us.
Well, absolutely,
right,
especially with the conclusion of the episode. Now, we didn't get as much on Sally as we did on Josh and Aiden in the episode. Tell us a bit more about her. What are we going to get in the next few episodes, if you can?
Well, you're going to see a lot more of her struggle. I mean, this is sort of her introduction. And we're going to meet some teachers, some other ghosts that show Sally the ways of the supernatural, teach her more about her abilities, and coming into herself as this specter that she is. So we're definitely going to see a lot more of her journey.
Absolutely.
Well, and one thing I find really interesting, we covered this in our InnerSPACE behind-the-scenes special that aired last week, but you had to be careful when you were shooting about not touching things, right? Because you would go through them.
Yeah,
Was that a challenge?
It was a challenge, yeah, because I don't know, when you talk to someone, you get animated, you want to touch them, you want to be really physical with them, at least I do. That's what this guy.
Hello!
There you go.
InnerSPACE unrated. We're gonna have
But yeah, no, it was really actually a challenge. I mean, there were a lot of times we came close, and the producers were very adamant in us we don't want to risk it. We're trying to be really as realistic as we can be with this.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we notice, and it's awesome. It's great. Well, of course, there's one very pivotal character missing from this equation and from this couch, the werewolf. We'll have Sam Huntington join us right after the break, so do not go anywhere.
Josh. Little slut. We'll have full moon parties. We'll invite the neighbors over and eat them. You found me. Here we are. Stay away from me. You stay away from me.
You're watching our InnerSPACE Live Being Human special, and we have the brooding vampire Sam Witwer and the feisty ghost Megan Rath on stage with us right now.
And we just gave you a look at Josh, of course, the third roommate on the series. So, should we bring him out? Here he is, the man behind the wolf, Sam Huntington. Sir, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Have a seat. Welcome.
Thank you.
How you feeling, man?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is wild.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch a great show with a bunch of friends, hanging out, talking about it afterwards.
How
What does
about
everybody
that?
think of Sam Huntington as a werewolf? You digging him? Yeah? I thought so.
Mediocre at best.
Here's what I want to ask you, though, because I've been following your acting career a lot. I'm a big fan of Kiss. My favorite sci-fi franchise is Star Wars. So after you did Detroit Rock City and Fanboys, I thought, is Sam Huntington trying to get my attention?
Yeah. I was.
And then, of course, Jimmy Olsen
It
in
worked.
Superman Returns.
Yeah,
So was
yeah.
that your purpose, was to get my attention as a fan?
Yeah. That was it. That was
Well, now you've got it. What
question
did you do?
answered.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know. I'm so giddy. I can't even answer the question. What do I say now? Here we are. I'm on the spot, you guys.
Mission accomplished.
All right, well, I'll deflect a little bit and ask you a more serious question. Then, how do you prepare to be a werewolf exactly?
Yeah.
Well, how do you prepare? You basically have to get a good night's sleep beforehand.
key?
That's the key to staying upright the next day when you're getting the makeup applied. Really, for the character of Josh, he isn't prepared, and I think that's kind of what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
He's new to this, much like Sally's new to being a ghost, and I think that's hopefully what's interesting is watching him learn how to kind of become a better werewolf,
Right.
as the series progresses.
Well, for any werewolves out there, there's a full moon in 2 days.
I know,
You
right?
can be prepared.
Did you know
I
this?
may turn tonight,
Uh-oh.
just as a special treat for you all.
Are you
We'll see.
feeling tingly at all?
I'm feeling fluttery.
You get the pre
I'm fluttery, Teddy, but it might just be because my dream has come true.
of my flattery about your career.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. I want to ask about the dynamic between the three of your characters on the show. I mean, how can you give us a hint at all as how we might see it evolve? Because obviously in the beginning, Josh he doesn't give Sally a very warm reception to the house, to put it mildly.
Sorry. Well, she's the unexpected roommate, right?
Yeah.
So, Josh has really been trying to put up walls wherever he can in his life. So,
Yeah.
obviously moving into the house and having this girl there all the time, watching him do
Josh
things.
is a misogynist. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, ultimately. And that will come out later in the series as well. No, but, I just don't think it's expected. I don't think there's anything personal against Sally, as we saw in the episode.
But Aiden obviously much more receptive, and it seems like he even says, not my first ghost, right? So there's, I guess, a history there with the...
Yeah, Aiden, in the same way, we learned the specifics of how Josh and Aiden meet, and in the same way, I think he recognizes that Sally is isolated the way that these two are isolated, and so he's willing to cut her some slack.
Which I am not,
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think there's a potential for romance between the two, potentially, something we sometimes talk about.
Oh, I like talking about the romance.
Well, I think if romance would have happened between Josh and Aiden, it would have happened, and we'll see that in flashbacks.
Exactly. Spoiler
Well
alert.
played.
Look out.
Well, there's obviously a fun dynamic between you three. What was it like as actors when you first got to meet?
It was amazing. I think our connection was pretty, it's sort of an instant thing with us. We met for the first time at the screen test in LA. And we read together and fell in love instantly.
It really was like that.
It's not really an exaggeration.
No exaggeration.
It's been amazing working with these guys. We always say every time we get to do a scene, the three of us, we always feel so comfortable. I feel like I sit down with these guys and it's easy.
Yeah.
We feel so comfortable, the crew feels the opposite.
Yeah, very uncomfortable.
You make it weird for them.
Yeah, we
right?
read online that you were actually told to dial down how comfortable
we
you
were.
are
Yes,
with one
yes.
another.
Because oftentimes, you get the opposite note. You're playing some scene and they'll, okay, remember you guys like each other. It's not working. This isn't working. We hired the wrong guys. And for us, they were like, okay, can you guys make it less funny? Tone it down, please. And we're like, well, why? Isn't that what you hired us? They're like, yeah, down the road. We want to see that.
Yeah.
But not yet. You just met her.
You just met.
This is really just an excuse for why we suck so bad.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whitworth was hired
If it
because of
wasn't
his
funny,
example.
it was on purpose.
I swear they told us that. I swear. They told us to be really bad. So
Don't be funny.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
Well, it's funny though. AJ and I get the opposite note because the cameras go off and we do not get along. So.
That's true.
It really shows.
All right, give us some tips in the commercial.
You got it.
Yeah, and it is time for a commercial, so don't go anywhere. We'll be chatting more with Sam, Megan, and Sam about the bond that these new roommates have with each other and why this formula works.